Hey, what is up guys, this is Yusuf here from Tech Drives and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. So how to edit your videos for YouTube or for any cause that you want to in Adobe Premiere Pro CC. So I have Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2015 and it should work for any version. If you have a newer version, I don't think so there'll be much changes. So with that being said, let's get on with the tutorial. And keep in mind that this is for total beginners and not for someone who is advanced in Adobe Premiere Pro. So if you really know anything in Adobe Premiere Pro, just don't watch this because this is going to be total beginner project and it's just going to be teaching you the basics. So from start to finish, trim, cut, all sorts of basics things in Adobe Premiere Pro. So when you open up Adobe Premiere Pro, this is how you'll be greeted with. So you come to new and you start a new project. You name it anything. I'm going to name it tutorial. And then you start. Don't change anything else. It's all going to stay the same. And then you're going to be greeted with these, 4 windows. And you can change it according to you. But when you're using it for the first time, I don't think so you'll be knowing much about this. Now, here, this window of yours this is your source monitor. So wherever's in your media bin, you can, preview it and then put in, your in and out points and all that stuff. I'm just going to show you in the tutorial. Next, this part is your preview window. So it shows whatever you're doing on the timeline, what's on your timeline, where your playhead is right now. You can play and listen and watch what's going on. Now this part over here is your media bin. So here's where you import stuff and just have all your files that you're going to use for your project. And this, if you all don't know, this is your timeline. This is where you edit and all your stuff is here. This is where you actually perfect your video. Now let's get on with it. So first thing you're going to do is double click over here and you got to import some files. So what I'm going to do is import a bunch of files, different ones. So here's one of the intro. Here's music clip, and here's a picture. So I'm going to teach you in a few things. All the formats are here. So you just press enter after selecting all those, and in no time you will have all these files over here. So you can distinguish which one is an audio. So the one that does not have an album art or a picture on it is the audio, the videos, and the pictures. So now what you're going to do is, or what I'm going to do is import this clip. So how do you import this? First thing, you can just press on it, you can double click on it and it'll appear in your source monitor. And then what you got to do is you can play and you can set your in and out points. So, and suppose I'm playing this and I wanted it to enter over here. Don't mind this error, just keeps popping up in my PC, it won't for you. And there's an in point, and if I wanted my out point, I can just press O and that part of the clip is taken in. And then that's about it. And then you can, it's here in your timeline, so you can just keep playing and pausing it. You can just preview it, and that's how it goes on. So I'm going to put in the full clip now. So now let me show you with a bigger clip all the basic things that you do while editing a video. Now here, when you scroll up or right or left, you can zoom into your timeline. So I'm going to keep it here. Now the first few things that you want to do will be cutting your clips, splitting your clips, and joining and copy pasting things. So first thing you can do is, here are all the tools. So here's your selection tool, here's your track select forward, here's your track select backward, here's your ripple edit tool. I'm going to explain what each of these do. And you have your razor tool, which you use to cut things. Here's your grab tool or the hand tool. Now what you want to do is, if you wanted to cut some part of the video, if you wanted to make a cut over here, you can press C or grab this tool, but I prefer C. When you press C, you get the razor tool, and then you can just hold shift if you want to cut the audio or everything that's on the playhead, and only press the button if you just want to cut the video. So if I just wanted to cut the video, I would just not hold shift and just click on it, but these two are interlinked, so they will get cut anyways. Now one more other shortcut that I want to teach you guys. Suppose my playhead is here, and if I wanted to cut everything to the right or left of it, if I wanted to do it to the left, I press Q and everything will that is to the left will get cut. So that's how it goes. And yeah, so everything that's to the left will get cut. So that's how you can see it. And if I wanted to do it to the right, I just press W. So I can come over here and place my plate over here, and everything to the right gets cut. So Q and W, remember those. Q is for left and W is for right. So it cuts, splits, and deletes the unwanted part. Now make sure that you know what is unwanted and what is not, otherwise you'll be deleting the whole clip. Now let me undo those and let me teach you something that's very important. Now if you cut a part and if you want to remove it, and if suppose you want to remove it, you can just select and delete it. But now you'll have all this space that's between. So what you can do is just come over here, right click and press Ripple Edit, and it just makes sure everything comes to a point and they're perfectly stitched and there is no gap. And that's all the basic things that you would have to know if you are into Premiere Pro. Now let me show you some other things, now let me show you something that is even more advanced, a little advanced but still beginner, and that is transitions or video effects. And that's you can do that by coming over here into the effects. So you see these two arrows, you can just press over here and come to effects, and here you can come to video transitions, and there are many transitions. So to apply a transition, what you do is first you have to make a cut where you want the transition to occur. Now one thing, if you're in a hurry and if you want to do it fast, you can just press Ctrl D or Command D in Mac to get the default transition. That is a crossfade. So I'm going to play it and show it to you guys how it works, and that's a crossfade, and you might not be able to see it here, but when the project actually renders out, you will be able to see it properly. And some other transitions are 3D motion. You can use anything that you want. Now I like this iris thing, and you can apply it to the start of the clip as well as the end of the clip. So now you can see this, it'll play in. So that's the iris box. And if I wanted it to be in a round one, I can just overwrite on this one, and now it's going to be an iris round. So that's how you do it, and those are the transitions. Now something else that is more advanced is video effects. So you can get into blur, you can add camera blur, channel blur, you can have all types of blur, even Gaussian blur is here, sharpen is here. Then you can color correct your videos, so that in-depth tutorials will be coming in the future, but this is all you have to know. So I taught you how to split, how to put in your in and out points, how to get the clip, how to preview it, ripple edit, how to delete and cut everything to the right or left off, and all those basic things. And that's all you have to know to produce your videos. And now let's try out titles. So you can come into title at the top and you just press new title, and a default still is what you have to start with, and just press OK over here. This will always be your project resolution, and then it will load up this bit of menu, and then you can just put in whatever you want to type in. I'm just gonna type test, and you can change up the the font and all those kind of things, so don't worry about that. Now we're gonna get the font done. So if I were to come into the right side, you have so many fonts over here. Let me see if you can find luckiest guy over here. Okay, this one seems fine, and that's how you change it. And you can press Ctrl B and do the bold thing. You can have your solid fill, linear gradient, all those kind of things, and then you just close it. So if you get the title, you don't have to save it or anything. It is automatically added to your bin, and here it is. And then you can just drag it like any other clip, and you can also treat it like any other clip. So you can come into video transitions and also take the iris box and apply it on your title if you wanted to, and then your title also comes in that iris box effect. And that's basically it, guys. And then if you're finished, if you're done with cutting, pasting, all the basic things, if you've just put up a video together, text, pictures, and yeah, pictures are also the same thing. So you just treat it like any other media. Just grab the picture and put it on top of anything you want to, and that's all about it. And yeah, now I'm going to teach you how to export your clip. So what you can do is press Ctrl A, so select everything that's on your timeline, and press File and Export, and that's it. Then you have to give in a bunch of settings, which I'm going to explain you how. Now here I have got it, so H.264 match the source and bitrate. So what match source means is whatever your video is shot in, it'll, what do you say, render it out in that kind of setting with high bitrate, and H.264 happens to be your codec. When you actually, do it for the first time, it's going to be on AVI. So I, recommend you come to H.264 or MP4 or whatever, suits for you. And then you select match source, high bitrate, medium bitrate, or if you are making it for a specific device, these are all here. So all sorts of formats over here, from the iPad 1 to all those things. Then you have HD 1080p as well. You have 4K, everything. You can just put it in YouTube 1080p as well, not a problem. And then you just press in export, and you should start exporting. And that's all about it, guys. That's all it takes for you to make a video in Adobe Premiere Pro. And that's been it. You just have to wait for your file to render out. It's going to give you some sort of timing, some sort of render estimated time, and you're going to wait for it. I'm just going to cancel it for this moment. And that's been it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and if you learned something from it, drop some comments down below. Drop this video a big thumbs up and get subscribed to Tech Droids for more videos like this. And let me know in the comments down below again what you want to see more in terms of Adobe Premiere Pro. I recently switched, so thought of making a tutorial for you guys, and so that you guys can learn what's happening with Adobe Premiere Pro as well. And that's been it. Thanks a lot for watching. I know this wasn't the perfect video that you guys watch every time, but yeah, I thought something new would make sense. That's been it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.